Okay.
There you are.
Here I are.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Just
Good.
so. Sorry.
Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
So.
Jane's having a massage,
Very nice.
which is always a good thing.
Yes. Yes. What's she doing?
She's doing well.
Good.
She saw both the OT and the surgeon yesterday,
Mm.
and they were both pleased with her growth. She's supposed to continue OT for a couple of months, but
Okay.
she has more strength and more flexibility and able to do more.
Good.
She needs that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to feel limited.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when it's something that you can overcome, there's parts of it that we can't.
And we have to learn to accept those.
Exactly. But we can't accept the ones that we can overcome.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
That's the. I think that's kind of the goal here, isn't it?
It is, in a way. Joanne will not be with us today.
Okay.
Rick is coming home today
Mm.
from rehab.
Mm-hmm.
He's still got apparently a long way to go. He's not. The wound on his head is open. He has a catheter. He still is having periods of confusion,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll say, to the point that Joanne said she's going to keep the car keys in her pocket because she doesn't want Rick forgetting and going out and starting to drive somewhere.
Right.
So, and they're meeting the oncologist this morning, so that's why she couldn't be.
Okay.
And I haven't talked to Carol for 10 days or so. I did tell her, I've been doing this, I did tell Carol that considering what she's going through, that I have continued to send her invitations and the videos, and if at any time she feels she can join us for a little while or the whole class, I think it might be beneficial for her. So we might see her, we might not.
It'd be nice too, and I'm sure that's a nice offering because she probably needs something that's for her.
She does.
That kind of caregiving job is.
She and I exchange book recommendations all the time. Have for years, actually. And so I know she does a lot of reading, which is kind of her escape.
Mm-hmm.
So, but did you ever meet or know who Stephen Watson was?
No.
Okay. Don't need to burden you with his
Was he the one that was? There was somebody that wanted to join the class at the very beginning when we started this.
No,
one.
he's a teacher.
Oh.
And a
okay.
very highly developed push hands
Okay.
player. Very highly developed. However, gosh, I don't really know how long ago. At least 3.5, maybe 4 years ago, he developed cancer, and he's been fighting it, although he prefers not to use the word fight. And I'm blown away because I just read this morning that he had been the first person in Connecticut to receive a new treatment developed by the Cancer Center over at Yale for bile duct and liver cancer. And that's not what he started out with, so it's obviously spread.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel really just really feel bad about that this morning.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's hard to do this.
He's not been a particularly close friend, but certainly a friend. And he and Rick Barrett were very close for a long time. I'm not sure. I know Rick has kind of moved on, but yeah. I just Stephen is one of those guys that's bigger than life, both physically and energetically.
Okay. Kind of like Rick Barrett.
More so.
Okay. Okay. That says a lot.
By the way, Rick is coming May 17th.
Good. I'll put that in my calendar.
Gosh, yeah, well, I've done workshops with Stephen, and we've shared a lot over the years. And he was particularly helpful talking to me at the time of my son's death. And he was fighting his cancer then, although he was doing very well apparently at that point. But we were both at the last Master Joe birthday festival, and we sat and talked for a long time. And that festival was the end of that, which is sad. I don't know if you knew that. All of us
had that every year.
We have had it every year since his death in '97. My goodness, such a down talk this morning.
You know what I would like to propose?
What?
You and Jane did our birthday celebrations.
Yeah.
Would you be up for a birthday celebration for you with all of your former students? I mean, same kind of thing like you did with Master Joe, but only after he died. You need something like that now that you enjoy, first of all, but you've had so many students over the years, so many different people.
You know, and I don't even have contacts or ways to get in touch with them.
But the word gets out. The word gets out. You know, if you think about it, there's a lot of people who know people who can do stuff like that.
I would not object to it. I'd love to see people.
And it shouldn't be in February, unfortunately, because
No, it should not.
as we've discovered, February birthdays often get postponed. So we'd have to pick another date, maybe something in the summer we could do.
You know, for years, I felt, when February started, I just felt down, even though my birthday was in February.
Me too. I've never liked February.
No.
I've tried. Actually, I don't like January more so than February is kind of a little bit of a perk because the birthday's there.
Yeah.
But it's always a false perk because 9 times out of 10 it gets canceled for weather or postponed or forgotten or whatever.
It's very brief, anyway.
It's a false hope. So. Okay.
Well, we're not here to get into all of that, David. It's funny how sometimes you just need to talk a bit.
You know, there are days and times and places. I've had a couple of students that have come in, and one came in, he started with me when he was like 5 years old. He's a senior in high school.
Oh, God.
And he came in and he plopped down on the couch. And we spent the entire lesson, an hour. He takes hour lessons. And we just sat and chatted. And about music, about life, about college, about everything.
Yeah.
And I think it was far more meaningful than him sitting at the piano.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, sometimes that's just what you need to do.
Yeah, and I think I kind of felt that this morning too. Because I kind of got up with that. Yeah, you know how it's not like it's a real cranky kind of thing, but it was just a real introspective kind of thing. I had a day yesterday where I just felt like I was spinning.
Oh.
And so today I was kind of like, okay, what was that about? What was that about? And
sometimes you just don't know. You know, I've certainly had those periods when something's going on, and it's down there, and it eventually works its way up and out. But sometimes it's just beyond your reach for a while.
And I think that was kind of where I was coming to this morning on the drive up. I love this drive because it really helps me to just, it's almost meditative for me.
Yeah.
And I think what it really, there's a lot of things that I think are coming together.
Uh-huh.
And I think, because I've had a lot of days where I just felt like I'm spinning and avoiding, doing that, I should do this, but I don't really want to, kind of thing, it's like,
yep.
And so it felt like, today it felt like, okay, you got choices. You got choices every step of the way.
Yep.
And yesterday I saw those choices, and I chose the avoidance path. And it felt like today it's like, okay, make that commitment. Because the choices I was making was the easy path.
Mm-hmm.
The choices I was making was the avoidance of the real work. That not only the real work of delving into me that I want to do, but the delving into me that I also know is going to be hard work. As you and I've talked, there's been a couple of times I've come in and said, "Oh my gosh, this is hard," and it's not physically hard, and I think there's a part of that physical energy that I've got to work out, because on days like that I tend not to exercise, or I think yesterday I didn't even get out of the house, and it's...
Well, that's all right.
So...
Yeah, well, I've learned to recognize what I can and can't do each day. Because I've arrived at a point where, certainly mentally, but also physically, some days I'm great and some days I'm not so great. And it's okay. I'm not bad. I don't have any serious problems. For my age, I'm doing extremely well.
Very well.
But I'm human.
And see, I think that's the thing that I still have not really given myself the grace over.
Yeah.
Is I have days like that and then I beat myself up.
No.
And that's, I think that's where it's counterproductive.
Better to do something that's good for you. I mean, whatever that might be. Watch a movie, read a book, go to a museum, or whatever really appeals to you. And so there's nothing wrong with that, because that's rejuvenating and actually helps you do better the next day.
Probably gets my mind out of my head enough that when I come back to it, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you know, the Taoists believe that, you know, when you need to do something, you should do it right away.
Mm.
But because it actually is easier to do right away than when you put it off and struggle with doing it later on. But sometimes right away isn't, you know, this minute, it's 10 minutes later, or tomorrow, even. As long as you don't really deny that you need to do it and just let it disappear. So, learning to do your best but not overdo, as Master Joe said.
Yeah.
And some days your best is different than it is other days.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I've got the woulda shouldas, so a bad case of those. And I know my nature is to mull things over and overthink them.
Yeah.
And I have to accept that that's part of my nature, that that's what I do.
Yeah.
But I also have to be able to work with that and say, okay, that's not helpful right now,
Mm-hmm.
but not beat myself up over it. And that's my tendency, is to just...
Yeah, see, the thing I fight still at this age, and I'm ashamed to say it, not really ashamed, but my father had the ability to make me feel guilty about whatever I did or didn't do in many ways. And so I find myself often apologizing for something that I have no reason to apologize for. And I've been trying to let go of that, not for 91 years, but for a big chunk of it. And it's just one of those things, you know, you keep working on it, chipping away, meditating on it from time to time. Just is.
Yeah. Sometimes those things run so deep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that caused all kinds of difficulties in my earlier life that I've pretty much gotten away from, but yeah. So, we don't have to do this.
Let's do some.
What?
Let's do some.
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that if you are.
Yeah, I just...
Because I love this. That it's
Yeah.
huge. It's very helpful. It's something that...
Well, it's interesting because, in particular, because you and Joanne have some background, some experience to draw on. I'm not doing this in a lot of the detail, or going into a lot of things that I might go into if everybody in the class was new. And so it changes, it does, I think, really change the class. Because it's, not only do I need to communicate to Carol the things she needs to know to begin with, but I also need to keep challenging you and Joanne. because how else do you make how else do you make advance yourself?
Exactly.
So it's been interesting in thinking about this class because my instinct that I had to learn to let go of when I first was teaching was to teach every single little tiny bit to everyone. And that's not necessarily correct, to say the least. So it's been interesting. It's made this class more interesting to me too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's the sign of a good teacher, that you're meeting us where we are and working to extend us beyond where we are.
Yeah, and it's interesting for you, particularly because lots of things that we go through, you've gone through before.
Mm.
But I'm doing a lot of them a little bit differently.
I am. Yeah.
So.
And I'm the kind of person that I really need to see something, maybe even the same concept or the same idea, multiple times. Because I'm that kind of, I want to see the 360
Yeah.
of it. You know, I don't know how many times I had to learn the Krebs cycle before I really got it as a biochemistry student. You know? So it's literally one of those things that I love seeing it again and then having that ability to turn it around and inspect it. And so for me, that is a good challenge.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, it really is the method, our method of teaching anyway. You know, I have a class on Wednesdays, in which I taught God's plane in the clouds to more advanced students, which is the most advanced Qigong that Bruce teaches in the energy arts system. Actually has 8 levels of development and I can only teach 4 of them. But even with 4, we've been doing this class now for over 4 years. And talk about repeating over and over and over, but deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's been really interesting to be able to do a class at that level where you can really see how it works for some people and doesn't for others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of what you teach, which is why you're still doing it. You know?
Well, actually, yes, because as any, I believe any good teacher discovers that he learns as much or more teaching than one did being a student.
Sometimes I'll even tell my students that, I'll say, "Oh, you just taught me something really good here." And so I'm trying to keep that perspective too. So,
You as a student understand that. Okay. questions, reports?
I'm finding one of the things that I catch myself doing is, especially in all of the threes, I had a tendency to crane my neck. I'm finding that, and I'm kind of hoping that I've become aware of it enough that I've corrected it, but it would be, if you can give me some feedback on that. And it's very possible, focusing on that, I'm losing focus on something else.
Your brain.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know whether this is exactly what's happening for you, but I know that some people find when they go through the brain cleansing section of this, that they find themselves moving their head to try to accomplish some of it. And the focus is on what's happening inside your head. How do you connect to the energy inside and feel it move through the brain? So it takes a while. I'll be honest with you, because we don't. There are a number of Qigong practices that use brain cleansing, but this is a very specific one, and unless you've worked on brain cleansing before, what we find is, at least for me, at first it was very hard, even though I was feeling the movement of the energy in my body, it's very hard to feel it inside the head. And so, if you remember what I talked about last time we were together with that, is that we're trying to pull the energy through the brain this way, and then we're actually pulling it through from side to side. And initially, you start with the goal of feeling the energy move from side to center.
Okay.
And when you can feel that, when you can feel it moves from the sides to the center, then you try to bring it out the opposite side.
Okay.
So we're really looking at one of the places where the energy can cross over in the body.
Okay.
But we're also trying to clear out the crap in there. That's a general term.
Highly technical.
But there are obviously many levels that you can approach that. But it really is built on arriving at that point where when you get to here, you really feel the energy.
Okay.
And can feel it. I'm doing the wrong movement there, a wrong sequence of movement. The first energy is to bring it in from side to side, and then pull it through and down.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, it does. It does. Now, in the context of, now that's part of what you're calling the microcosmic circuit? Or is that the macro?
Don't get stuck in that.
Okay. Okay.
Don't think too much about it, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Actually, in this practice, that would be part of the macrocosmic circuit.
Okay.
the last two movements, 6 and 7, are the only ones that focus on the microcosmic.
Okay.
And the water method does obviously use an awareness of those circuits, but not to the extent that the fire method does.
Okay.
The fire method uses them to try to make things happen in the body. And the water method is simply trying to be aware of the flow of the energy through those circuits, freely through those circuits.
Okay.
So
I guess where I was coming from with that question is more. I think of micro as, you've got more concentrated focus on something, whereas the macro you're looking at something bigger. So I'm thinking, and this, so hopefully this gives you a good place to correct me, because what I'm thinking of is that as we're coming up to 2, we've got that energy from down,
from the earth,
that we're coming up, we're bringing up, like into, like you said, into the brain area. And so you're kind of figuring it. I guess how I'm kind of feeling it is that it's more concentrated up here, and then you're bringing it down again to the earth. So I'm thinking circular like that. Okay. And
it is circular.
And so, yeah, maybe I'm just still kind of out there. I don't quite have the words for.
So, one thing is to be aware of is that 1 and 2 are indeed bringing energy up the macrocosmic circuit over the crown of the head and down to here. And the I don't know whether I've ever said this specifically or not, but one thing to remember is that the side channels of the body, not the central channel at the moment, but the side channels, come up to this shoulder's nest and then flow in, not to the side of the head, but in the side channels and the center channel come into the middle of the head.
Okay.
So when you're bringing that energy up, it comes up the back to the crown of the head, but comes up here to the crown of the head, and then and then down to this point, and then you're using this movement to bring the energy into the brain, through to the middle of the brain, ideally, in other words, actually into where those channels are. And then you're bringing those through from front to back, because you've already gone over the top. So you're bringing the energy through the brain so that you can bring it down and out.
Okay. So coming up, we're coming up the back.
So when you come up, bring the energy up in the microcosmic circuit, it comes up the inside of the legs, which could be either the inside of the leg, or it could be the front of the leg.
Okay.
But and at the qua, it goes through. So you have to remember that those energy gates, points, are not on the surface, but in the middle. So you're in the middle of this space.
Okay.
So you then are going up the back. So you come yin,
Mm-hmm.
yang,
Mm-hmm.
yin, yang.
Okay.
If that,
Yeah,
I-
it does.
I don't want to complicate things, but that's just another level of awareness
Mm-hmm.
about what's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more, but
Yeah.
probably enough to do it.
There's always more.
Yes, there is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you never get, if you really go into these practices, you never get bored.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's certainly true with Buddhism too.
Mm.
I mean, it's not, you don't arrive, you get there and that's it.
Right.
You continue to grow,
Absolutely.
hopefully.
I'd like to
Some
think-
people do and some people don't.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's yeah. And I'd like to think that music making is the same way. You never really arrive.
Yeah. So, all of that in a way about talking about three is why we want not to rush three.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've taken all that time to come up one and two. And so three takes that same length of time.
Mm.
A, B, C.
Yeah.
Then four.
So it's almost like each division of three needs to take the same as 1 and 2.
Well, not literally, but they need to be very specifically and clearly done, so that you because what people do when they begin this is they get to 2 and then it's
Yeah.
you know, and nothing is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you have to try to be clear about what you're doing. And so one of the reasons that I bring up the energy pathways there, what we're trying to do, is that helps slow the movement down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gives you something to focus on doing through that section, not just
Yeah.
doing the movement. We're trying to get beyond just doing the
Oh,
movement.
absolutely. Yeah.
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 Other questions there?
No, I think that gives me something to work on. Because I think, yeah, it's kind of like illuminating the path that I want to follow
Yeah.
in how I'm doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's and really understanding where the channels flow
Mm.
and beginning to recognize that when you connect with those pathways, the energy movement is stronger.
Mm.
So the difficulty, for instance, when we get to the end of 3, people often don't realize that the Laogong point is connecting with the side channel.
Mm.
It's a direct connection. So if you're here or here, it doesn't do it as well
Mm-hmm.
or at all. So this really pulls the energy as you're going down
Mm-hmm.
and strengthens that flow. And remembering that initially we think about when you get to the Kwa that you're going around the hip and down the legs. And that is what we're starting with, because initially, depending how deeply you feel the energy, if you're feeling it at the surface levels or even the fascia, you're going around. Obviously, eventually, when you come down, you're connecting to the qua itself, and simply recognizing that the side channels go down the inside of the bone, not the inside, the outside of the bones. The central channel is in the middle of the bone, but it takes a while to get to where you can feel that. A few years, probably. Although some people much faster, so I'm no judgment there. But coming down to the qua, this movement is really moving the energy a little tiny bit here, and then down the leg. And it moves the same way through the arms. The side channels are on the outside of the bone, central channels in the center of the bone. We don't really work on being clearly aware of those until we have some clarity in the body, because it's much more difficult. And you feel it obviously sooner in the arms than in the legs. The legs are always an issue, and yet the legs move 10 times as much energy as the arms. So eventually you want to be really clear about the energy moving through the legs and feet, because it's very important. Am I giving you too many words today?
No, because they're all bringing up a lot of imagery too. So yeah, it's.
Well, also, Ray, I had the feeling that you needed to be clear about what you're trying to do. I mean, everybody does eventually, but some people need to just focus on the physical.
Right.
But I think you're beyond that. Beyond just focusing on the physical.
I feel like I am.
Good.
I saw Mookie. I'll open the door for Mookie.
Oh,
because
sure.
he was just at the window
Ah!
2 seconds ago. So.
I didn't know he was out.
Last
I knew he was in, but...
Come on, Mookie. Mookie. Come on.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, Mookie. You want to come in?
Come on, Monkey.
Oh. Yeah. No.
Oh.
He got distracted again. He was at the window 2 seconds ago, and so. Okay.
Okay. Why don't you stay standing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is if I sit down, we'll probably keep talking some more. So, are you recording?
Yeah.
Good. Would you be able to, watch as much as you need, but would you be able to stand up and do a couple after you, just so that I've got that on the recording? Because I
Sure.
love watching. I don't always watch. There he is. I don't always watch a lot of the recording, but sometimes these little pieces here and there
Yeah.
kind of make a big difference.
Sure.
Come on, Mookie. Come on. Yes, you can come in now. Yes. You can come in now.
Hi, Mo. Good boy. Ooh, cold out there.
Yeah. Those are my glasses. You can't have those. You can't have
He'd
those.
like to.
Yes.
He likes glasses.
Yes. Yes. You're a good boy. Okay. So, let's see if I can. Yes. You're a good helper too. Okay. So I'm going to stand in a position I can see.
Yeah, you
Is
should.
this good for you to see me too?
Oh yeah, that's fine. But I think it's good if you are clearly on the video so that you can see what you're doing.
That's what I was thinking is I can see where I am there and I'm at the side.
Okay.
I've got enough of an angle that I
Good.
think that will help. So,
Good.
and then
Just close. So how do you feel about that flow?
There were spots I could. It wasn't like it was continuous, but there was places that I could really kind of feel the energy.
Oh, good.
My legs still tend to get tight, and sometimes I have to really focus on relaxing those to feel the energy going through them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I could feel 3A, B, C kind of, could feel some of the energy. Maybe I was imagining it, but I think, there was some that I could actually start to feel as I
good.
slowed down with that kind of thing.
Good. So, there's clearly progress. Couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
One, if I'm giving you too much, tell me. Okay? Really.
Well,
I have a tendency to give too many things at once sometimes.
That's okay, especially with the video.
Okay.
I can pick off one at a time. So, yes, go ahead.
Okay. So when you step out,
Mm-hmm.
you are doing you're doing what Master Joe suggested years and years and years ago if I was not teaching the Chen style before the Yang style. And eventually I stopped because it was not good for people to do. So when you're stepping out, you're rotating and sinking the energy into that supporting leg. And that sink and rotation drives the other foot out. And then you come back up into center in a curve.
Okay.
Good,
Okay.
good. So what's happening there is that you're dropping your energy into the earth and using that that drive to send the other leg out, and then coming up into center. And then good, nice. Then when you go into that preparatory movement, one of the things I'm seeing is A, you're not doing any turning or twisting, or very little, and B, you're extending rather than bending. So the movement of the arm, one of the things is when you come into center, you've already arrived at armpits open. That movement is also opening the armpits and opening the rest of the body. Okay? And then when you go into that starting movement, the arms are twisting, I'm going to exaggerate, twisting in and bending. They're not going out,
Okay.
which is kind of what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay? So by twisting in and bending, you have some place to extend and twist out as you go up.
Yep.
Okay? 2, I feel like you're continuing to open and expand, and 2 is limited. Let me put it that way. It's not absent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the thing about that movement is that you are continuing to go up, you're continuing to go out. As a matter of fact, I talked at one point about how in 1, we're thinking of the energy going, is doing more than this, but it's going up, and in 2, it's going out.
Okay.
So when you complete 1, if you think of opening, I talked about opening the ribs from the sternum this way and expanding the ribs this way. All of that is happening at the same time there. So you get to this point, and then this just opens everything up. And then this is a closing movement. So you were sinking on 2. 2 is continuing to rise and expand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I think that was a overcorrection from when I was not, well, maybe not an overcorrection, maybe just a misplaced correction that I thought I was, I wasn't expanding enough, and so I was trying to limit that. So yeah, it went too far.
So that when you do that, when you extend all the way out to here, then it's fairly easy to find the bending and twisting, and you want to make all of those movements continuous.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that at this point you're trying to connect your lagong point to where your tongue touches the roof of the upper mouth. So it's wherever you feel that. And that's when this happens, which spreads it. What you're doing is you're taking the energy and spreading it to the side channels. Okay? So you get it to the side channels, and now you should change your thinking, but you're twisting out, little finger going out down to the quad, and then you're twisting the thumb out as you go down the outside of the legs.
Okay.
And you have to find how is it that at this point I can I can make my arms twist and twist all the way through that movement.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has to be continuous. the next one, we are not forming fists and circling them, which is what I kind of feel you were doing. So when you get to this point, the fist you're going to form is slowly forming, because you're pulling the energy up by doing that. And it continues to form and form and form and form and release and release and release and release and release. So what we're talking about here is as it says in the Wu Yu Xiang Classic, if one part moves, all parts move. If any part is still, all parts are still.
Mm.
So if you stop twisting or bending anywhere, then everything should stop moving.
Okay.
Difficult. I mean, that's not easy to get all of that in there. I'm not suggesting you should have all of this next week. I'm just giving you at least a couple of months of practice. You have questions in there?
No, because it's exactly where I needed to go.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
because you're. It is where you need to go, because you progressed with it to the point where now you're beginning to refine.
Mm.
So that's really good.
And I think I kind of noticed that in my practice this week, because I would find myself about halfway through a set going, okay, now what?
Yeah.
There was that kind of thing of, okay, you got that. No, keep your focus on what you're doing. And
Yeah.
I think because my mind was wandering, I've come to discover that in the meditation, if my mind wanders, it means there's something blocking, there's something
Mm-hmm.
that's not being addressed. So I'd find myself halfway through the set, and my mind's somewhere else, and it's like, okay, what are you not focusing on? And to bring myself back into it. Some days I could bring myself back into it, and some days I couldn't.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's how practice is.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we're not going to do any more today. We're at the end of class, which is fine. We did a lot of talking today,
Yes.
which is good. Sometimes that's what's needed. Depends on the class. And so I was going to begin to approach inner dissolving, but we'll do that next week.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Poor Moki. My cats do the same thing, and that's exactly what I do, is just go, shh, leave me alone for a moment. And then I thought, this isn't my cat, I shouldn't be doing that.
It's fine. I just ignore him when I'm practicing.
Yeah.
I don't give him or her anything, but then I'll sit down and
Yeah, exactly.
play with him. Or it's funny, down here they jump into my lap all the time,
Yeah.
and sometimes in the office when I'm working on the computer, if Jane's around, I'm like not there at all. It's really
They are so funny.
They are.
Yeah, because it's the Cody will jump into my lap as soon as he's realized that I'm going to sit for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of comes in and wanders and watches and doesn't really make any fuss over it. Sometimes he'll hop into my chair before I get there, but Bear who never hops into my lap, never, ever, will come in and just start mewing at me when I'm practicing sometimes. And I'm just like, what? You don't, I don't know what you want, because he doesn't want me to come and play with him. He doesn't want me, I don't know what he wants.
Moki's like that. He is the noisiest cat. And and you just can't, you can't satisfy him.
Yeah. And Bear is just so shy.
Yeah.
And so runs away for everything.
Are they both male?
Yeah. Yeah. But Cody is just like in your face. he's the attention getter. He's the people person. He comes running when I start practicing the piano, and he'll sit in a chair beside me, or not beside me but away from me. He'll sit there the whole time I'm practicing. Just
nice.
Sit there. Yeah. And if I stop, sometimes he'll come and hop in my lap. And when I'm teaching, he comes and hops in my lap. Anytime I've got to Zoom something or other, he's right there.
Yeah. Moki likes to get in the Zoom picture, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they're funny. They are so funny.
Well, if it weren't for Moki being like that, we would never put them in the basement for the night.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't do that, I will not be able to sleep after 4. Because he just starts yelling. And I can't sleep when he's yelling in my ear.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And I feel really bad. We both do. We hate having to put them down here, but they're fine.
They're fine.
They've got places to sleep.
Yeah.
We have put their bed out.
Yeah.
And they have food and water, and if it's cold, they have heat. And
Yeah. But yeah. No, they run our lives.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, because Bear will come and wake me up at about 4 a.m. too, but he's just short-lived. He'll come, jump on the bed, and mew at me, and then he takes off.
Oh, that's good.
He doesn't stick around for very long.
See, I could deal with that because I go right back to sleep.
Yeah, me too.
But
if Moki's continuous with that, that's
And that part of it, Jane can't go back to sleep. So she closes her door at night. And I have to get up so often that we don't sleep together for the night anymore.
That's sometimes the most healthy part of a relationship.
Knowing when to separate.
Yeah, exactly. Because sleep is so important. It really is so good.
Well, and when I was going through the grief after my son, I was impossible because I was up all times of the night. I couldn't sleep. And she couldn't possibly have slept with me in the same bed. I would have been. Oh well, that's pretty much past.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think it was a very good class.
Oh, good.
I really, I think you're right. Some days we just need to talk, and I think there was some valuable things that we did.
Yeah, that class I was talking about, the God's class. I'll be all prepared, for that class, and often we will talk the whole class or most of it, because we're diving deep enough that it really starts bringing up questions. Particularly, I have one student who really asks a lot. Well, two really. So they ask, we get into it, and then the others start chiming in, and first thing you know, 15 minutes have gone by.
Yeah. Well, I think, especially in a class like that, when somebody else asks a question, even if it's not a question that I would be asking, it puts me, if I'm really paying attention, really involved in the class, it puts me into a perspective more of evaluating how I
Yeah.
do what that is. So it's huge. It's really, really valuable stuff.
It is. It's really, some days the talking class is just as important as
Absolutely.
a doing movement of it.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I enjoy that because that really pushes me. Because sometimes they ask questions that make me stop and think for a minute before I can answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are good.
And I also discover how much is in there that I don't have to think about. Sometimes I get to the end of one of those classes and I say, where did all that come from? Because at this point, I have enough practice and exposure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm enjoying my piano teaching a lot.
Oh, good.
And one of the things I'm thinking about is I would actually like to start working with some teaching of different energies, whether it's the Buddhist energy, whether it's something like this. I have to be super, super basic, but I'd have to, what kind of training would I have to go through to kind of expand into teaching some Qigongs or something like that, or a meditation?
As a separate, not as part of your piano.
No, not as part. Because I do kind of incorporate, I don't state it that way, but sometimes there's things that I'll do where I'll have them play something, and when they've played and they've gotten a new technique, I'll make them stop and go inside and evaluate how it feels.
Yeah.
And force them to actually put words to it.
Yeah.
So that I'm sure that they actually have to evaluate it a little bit more. So there's parts of that I do, but I'm enjoying all of this so much that I'm wondering if, as I got out of my job at the church, and so now it's like, okay, I want something, maybe that would be a training that I should get into to aim for something like that.
There's no reason you couldn't do that. I don't think you could teach Tai Chi.
No. Oh, certainly not, because I don't know enough forms and things like that.
You started into that, but then not enough time to do everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it's I see it as a bigger thing that and I think a lot of the Qigongs that we're doing, I don't know, is there some or just a meditation with that kind of, I don't know what.
Well, there's certainly no reason that you couldn't teach an elementary Qigong. I think that you have enough knowledge based on your previous training as well as what we've done to be able to do that.
Okay.
What I think is important about that is to recognize that you need to start very with very basic things.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I would be starting to teach anything anytime soon. It's just
Yeah.
kind of what would be what would you think would be an idea for a pathway to eventually get to a point where I could teach some Qigongs or some meditation or something like that? Because I looked at Bruce's summer programs. He's got a couple of things, and I don't know if that would be what I should do. I mean, that's kind of like jumping in the deep end with the level of instruction that he and his students get.
Most of those programs, I would be glad to evaluate specifically, but most of those are more advanced.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm still at a very basic level
But
as far as...
there are basic trainings. There is a, I don't, I don't know now how you get to it, but there is a site called Energy Arts My Kajabi, Kajabi, and all of his, not all, but many of his teachings are available on there. I mean, you have to pay for the specific one you want to do, but there are, I mean, almost everything is on there. Now it's gotten to be just crazy. There are a lot of the specific programs, all the Qigong, Dragon and Tiger, Energy Gates, Heaven and Earth, the two in the middle, and then Gods. They're all on there. You can, study them online now, and they're taught by him for almost all of them. Once in a while, there are a couple of senior teachers who are very good, Paul Cavell and the other one. But anyway, and also he's been doing for, I don't know, maybe 10 years. It started out as Energy Arts Training Center, I think he called it. And he did 5 or 6 seasonal series of trainings, and each one had, I would say, 6 to 10 classes. And in each of, he doesn't teach all of those, but he teaches a lot of them. And I don't know what the cost is to get into that, but I've been following all of it so long that I don't know about the beginning, but I'm sure that the information is on there. But those classes, I've been doing them so long, those seasonal series, that I only pay $47 a month, and I have access to everything that's in that seasonal class, or the previous ones that I've done. And you can download them once you bought a class. I have them all on my computer, actually.
Yeah, because I just don't
So
have...
if that might be better than trying to do it with me.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really taking on much new at this point.
Yeah, I just don't know how how I would get into something like that, how I would start putting myself on that kind of a path to eventually be doing something like that. I'm not looking to open a studio tomorrow.
No.
I'm certainly not ready for that, but it's like, okay, I'm enjoying my extra time. I'm enjoying the things, especially the energy and the spiritual things that I'm delving into. And whether I actually go to a position and teach that kind of thing, but I'm feeling like the extra things that I'm doing, especially, you've seen some progress because I've put a lot of energy into what I'm doing here. But it's like, okay, if I, maybe at some point down the road, it would be fun to be able to put that into.
Well, I have to say that a lot of those trainings or something that's available online, because it's a long way to Colorado to study with Bruce in person.
Exactly.
And 10 or 15 years ago, I would say I would do it, but I think at this point, I'm not sure that that's a really sensible idea. I mean, what we're doing is fine, but to add something else, I don't know that I'm willing to or capable of doing that.
Well, yeah, you're continuing what you've already got. You're not really interested in it's keeping you busy and engaged as it is.
I mean, I'd certainly be glad to consult with you and answer any questions you might have or whatever, but he's got a lot of specialized Qigong trainings, a lot of meditation trainings.
Okay.
Tons of them on there.
Okay.
And his prices used to be for like Tai Chi, trying to remember. I think his old Yang style Tai Chi series, the long form, I think it was almost $1,000. Can't remember now. Some of those big trainings that are not just 10 classes, but go on for a year or two, or the Full Gods training on there is 4 years.
Okay.
I mean, it's condensed into 2 years on the computer because they do beginning and intermediate 1 parallel to each other. And then in the second year he did intermediate 2 and advanced, which is really not advanced, but that's how they think, how it was thought of. But recognizing that that's not, that there is more. But if you want more than that, more than what's available online, he feels it needs to be taught in person.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's why, but there is just huge amount of resource there. Sometime if you would like, I can take you into that website so you can see what's there.
Okay. Yeah,
It's huge.
I'll explore what I can, and then maybe come with more directed questions.
Yeah.
About that kind of thing.
I have to say, Dragon and Tiger Medical Qigong was one of the most outstanding things I ever learned. And it is considered the first step in all of his, if you do his trainings progressively. You've already played a little bit for a long time with Heaven and Earth, with energy gates, and that would be. He's got a really good training of that on there. And this is the one that comes after that. And those three take you a long way. It's just, there's so much on there. His meditation training with Master Liu, came at really the end of his time in Master Liu's life. And Master Liu told him he really needed to teach meditation, and he didn't teach it for, I guess, a little while, because he didn't feel capable of doing it. Well, now he's as much of, at this age, he's late 70s or early 80s, he's as much a meditation teacher as anything else, but his Tai Chi is all phenomenal, and he does Xingyi and Bagua. He's just, he is incredible. He accomplished unbelievable development in the 16 years when he was in China. And India and China and Taiwan. Amazing guy. I wish that there was more of Master Joe, but he's, of course, before that was really much available.
Right.
I mean, there are some videos. I have a couple of videos of him. He was not a great demonstrator, but he was a great teacher. And he definitely was master level too. I've been very fortunate to work with him.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll be glad to work with you and help you.
Yeah, it's all just new stuff that I'm putting around that I get so much out of it, and I get so much out of it in a group setting. So even if it was just a free offering of people who wanted to do, join in where I am and what I'm doing.
Well,
it's kind
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's no reason why you couldn't teach Qigong. I think when you really look at the teachings and get a little more depth, you'll recognize that there's a lot there. But new students don't know anything. So whatever you know is way beyond where they are. So you kind of have to hold on to that in the beginning. And recognize that you're growing as a teacher. I mean, you must understand that, of course, from your own teaching.
Absolutely.
And I know, I still learn from my students, but in those first 5 years, I learned more from my students in the first 5 years of teaching than I learned in all my study before that. I would say.
Yeah, that's another reason why I'm thinking of that, because that's same thing as I look back over the 20 years of teaching piano.
Yeah.
And it kind of like you, there's stuff that is so deeply in me that it just.
You don't stop and think about it.
Exactly. It's just a natural kind of thing. And then somebody asks, well, how did you get there? And I'm like,
Practice.
It's been a few years. So, yeah. And so I'm thinking, especially where I am now in my life,
Yeah.
is just trying to find a place and a time that's got a group energy that, you know,
Yeah.
because I can't come out and I'm certainly not a meditation master. I'm certainly not a qigong master or anything like that. But I can, you know, if I can put out an offering and say, hey, I'll facilitate this. I'm not a teacher, but I'll do what I can, kind of thing.
Well, I don't need. I don't know that you need to start at that level. I think you can teach, but say you are teaching the beginning.
Right. Okay.
And you, depending what form of meditation you wanted to teach, certainly you've been doing it long enough that you certainly know how to start people into doing it. And then you could grow a little bit, take them a little further.
Yeah. Because I've when I first met Rick and really started seeing it in practice, because I'd heard about it forever, and then it was just like, oh yeah, I can't do that, and then seeing it in practice, my biggest thing was, how do you do this? You don't just sit and do nothing.
No.
And how do you do this? So I spent a lot of time just really looking at a lot of different how-to kind of things. So
That's one of the things that I really like about the Taoist approach, is that the whole beginning levels give you something to do.
yeah, exactly.
So it sort of eliminates that problem, but if you really follow through on it, you go way beyond that.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I think I was starting at the beyond, and I was just like, how do I get there?
See, that to my mind, that is what is often the often off-putting of the way of Buddhist meditation, is it often seems to start that way. It may not, in reality, when properly taught, do that.
Well, I think there's a lot of, you know, the Buddhists put a lot of thought into the psychology of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a lot of lists of things. They've got a lot of, you know, they bring in a lot of Tibetan or Sanskrit words, and it's the Buddhist class that I'm taking right now online is actually putting all of that together. There's a guy in New York, Ethan Nichtern, whose father was David Nichtern. He was a musician, and he was also a Buddhist teacher in the Shambhala tradition. And Ethan, having grown up with that kind of thing, really has a fluidity, a fluency of the whole language, that he's got a book that he's putting it into words and practices where it's like, yeah, that's the basics. That's not so off-putting.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I agree. I think and even in the Jainism too, you know, working with Rick and the Jain crews that we were a part of. You know, granted, I never met his teacher in real life. You know, we'd get the messages from him.
Yeah.
But they were geared more to the more practiced disciples of his.
Yeah.
So for me, starting off, I was just like, okay, what do I do? You know, as a newbie to it.
Yeah.
So, oh.
But I don't see any reason why you can't think about doing a little preparation and teaching a beginning class. I mean, you have a wonderful presence and way of communicating, and so I don't think that's, you know, I don't think that's beyond your ability at all.
I just hate it when people put something out and you're like, you're not ready for that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do.
So
something.
you know when you're ready,
Mm-hmm.
if you're honest. and you're somebody who I would say would function on that level.
Mm.
So because you have to feel confident enough about what you know and want to communicate it to someone else
Mm-hmm.
before you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that doesn't mean, I mean, God knows when I started teaching, I was very much still a beginner, but I had developed to the point where I felt confident about what I did know at a very beginning level,
Mm. Mm.
and recognized that that's where I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tried to communicate what I knew
Mm-hmm.
and what I could, and I was very focused on Tai Chi in the beginning, and some Qigong, because Master Joe was always emphasized that they should work together.
Mm-hmm.
He encouraged a lot of standing meditation. Bruce has some whole trainings on standing, which are very good. Not something that I've taught a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be very valuable. When I was getting started, a friend of mine was diagnosed with brain, I think it was a form of brain cancer. And it was at a stage where they could not operate. And he had met a Qigong teacher who said that if he did certain forms of standing meditation, that he could reduce what had happened up there to the point where they could operate.
Mm.
And so he was standing 2 to 4 hours a day. And it did go down to where he was successfully operated on, and he's still teaching.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So that was one of my first lessons, that if you really know what you're doing and how to do it, and you really apply it, that it really works.
Right.
And I had another person, that was a woman, and the other one was a man, and he had, I believe it was I can't believe it was bone cancer. I'm thinking that's what it was. I don't remember now, it's so long ago. But he did much the same thing.
Mm.
So neither one of them was told by the master they studied with that they could cure what they had.
Mm-hmm.
They were not, speculating that if they really worked, that in a year or two they'd be well.
Right, right.
But they were giving them means to be practical about it and really make a change for the
Mhm.
better.
Mm-hmm.
That was very early in my, when I had just begun teaching. I think that both of those happened. The woman teacher that I mentioned was the one who eventually was asked to set up and run the whole training that the Dalai Lama did that I attended.
Mm.
So that's how how well she was
Mm-hmm.
by that time, because that was a huge undertaking.
Oh, I bet. I
Her-
couldn't.
Her husband nearly divorced her.
Yeah, I mean, just the whole logistical thing, the whole, yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
God, it was a crazy. The reason I ended up there, and I'm glad I did, believe me, listening to that man for 5 days and experiencing that whole thing was a really incredible. But she had arrived at a point where she just couldn't find volunteers to do the work she needed.
Mm.
And she got in touch with me and Jay,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I got 11 people to go from here,
Mm-hmm.
and Jay got, I don't know, 6 or 7 more, and we filled out her needs. We did, we were doing all the stuff. We were people, can't remember why, but people who were coming in from out of the country had to register and leave their passports with us. And I was in charge of that group. So we were dealing with all those people.
Probably security for Dalai Lama, because
Oh,
he
yeah.
was under threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
His life is
And of course, lots of them didn't speak English well.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the show, I was sure we were not going to find some of those, because we couldn't understand the people the name they were asking for. But we did. We finally solved all of them, and they all got them all out of there.
Wow.
But anyway, so yeah. So, if you want to do that, then you just have to take the bull by the horns and do it.
That's what I'm thinking.
We got to end this day.
We've been going too long. Thank you. I've taken up too much of your time.
No, it's okay. It's
Thank
okay.
you.
You take care.
And you too.
Okay.
You too. Okay. I'll see you in
Have a
next week.
good week.
Thank you, and you too.
Okay.